choice is all up to you. Too many things, don't know what to do. Speak your mind and you won't get judged. If it kicks off, you won't hold no grudges. What? Come online, come online. CSI, CSI. Come online, come online. CSI, CSI. Yeah.
Hello everybody, hi, we're back again on the Rant series episode talk show, Rant headquarters in Ireland.
Hello everybody, how you all doing today? Hope you're having a lovely day.
My name is Blake and...
My name is Blake also.
That's great. Okay, so we're back again today to talk on a topic today on Rant episodes.
We're just going to have a rant like we usually do. We all usually do this behind the camera anyway. So we just thought we might as well just film all the rants we always talk about anyway.
And this is our second time, so plead with us. We're only practicing and going with the flow, so to speak. So today, we are going to be in line with just a topic. We have one topic to discuss.
Yes.
Which will be success.
Success. Like, what is success? Mostly
to black people in Ireland.
Exactly. Not like we're trying to focus mostly on blacks, no. It's just because most Irish people, I think to Irish people, success to them is, owning their home, of course, and maybe having a little villa in Spain that can go on holiday to, once in a while. Maybe owning a business also. Yeah. But we were just talking earlier, being curious about, okay, what is success to us black people that we actually came here?
And the reason why we're actually talking about this topic as well is also the process of how we talk about issues and also how we can integrate topics like this. How we discussed in our previous episodes that how this is a platform where Irish people can actually understand black people.
Yeah, understand us more.
Understand us more, understand what success means to us, understand what different type of topics means to us. So when we are blacks, of course, so we have, great idea,
To me, I think there's two different kind of success to black people, the way I see it anyway. There's people that were actually lived in Nigeria for a long time and came here. And there's some people that were actually raised in Ireland a bit, that are more used to Ireland. Okay. So for more people that were raised more in Nigeria, most of them, of course, some of them do actually own homes in Ireland, but they're always planning back home, like we always talk about. There's always that plan back home, like, okay, if I work, okay, I own a house here, whatever. I always have this little savings I have to send back to my account in Nigeria and have a house and somewhere to settle in. They're always planning to settle back home in their older age. But the more there are other people that grew up here, like someone like me now, I'm thinking, okay, what do I need to go back there for? Or do I still have the urge, to settle and retire back there? But at the same time, I think to myself, I'm so Irish. I need to own a home here. My kids are so Irish. I need to leave them a home, when I pass, and leave them something here. Because I don't know if my kids, maybe they want to go to Nigeria maybe every summer for a holiday and stay in my house that I want to build there or whatever. But I think my aim mostly is to, have something here. And anything else in Nigeria, maybe a holiday thing. But a lot of people focus too much on Africa.
Yeah, but we have people like, saying they're building houses or building hotels back in Nigeria. They think of it more as a business-wise in a way, to try and make money somehow. So when we talk about success, what is success to black people in Ireland? Is this success when you know that you build a house back there and you're earning $2,000, between €2,000 to €5,000 per annum a year? I think if you were to do the calculations of the currency conversion,
For most people though, I think success first of all to them was to come to Europe, or if they're in America or wherever they are, just to get that peace of mind and having a better life. Because most people believe Nigerians could be a very frustrating place to live. You know yourself how Nigeria is. So they think the first thing they want to come here is to get citizenship and, have that, Irish way of life that is just more comfortable. You get more health benefits, you get education, and you have a more secure future for your kids.
Correct.
Which is the first thing I think most black people come here for, which some people actually take as a success. So you know that, being able to come here, having the Irish passports, being able to travel and knowing, okay, their kids are Irish and their kids has a future, because A lot of people in Nigeria are trying to come here.
That's very true. Yeah, we know how people are dying to get
a lot
here.
of people. So it also is when you get that paper and everything, what's next?
A lot of people actually forget their goal. That's what I believe sometimes as well. They fall off track in a way. You know, what you just said that, you know, they want to get an Irish passport, they want to do whatever the case may be, what they count as success basically, you know, but everything around that probably still falls back into investing back home. And like we're saying, we're only ranting here. We're not saying, we're only ranting about an opinion, you know. Yes.
I think some people think it might be more difficult to invest here. You know, they think, it's a lot harder. You know, if I change this money to Nigerian currency, it'll be a lot cheaper for me to build a house, you know.
But what sense does that make? If you think it's more difficult to invest here, I believe the only people that would think it's actually difficult to invest here are people that are not willing to integrate into the system. You know, we have this cultural thing that, you know, I don't know if I'll call it a cultural thing. It is a cultural thing as well. It's all more like a competitive and competition thing that, you know, if my friends, my families, and everyone else is doing it, it's just a norm thing for me to do. You know, for me to classify something as successful, I must own a land in Lagos or back home in Nigeria, whatever the case may be. I must own a house or be building a house and be showing it to all my friends. Look at my house, I'm building this. That's what I have back home. You know, some people, like you said at the beginning, some people build it just maybe for their family, or they go back there twice or 4 times a year or whatever the case may be. You know, they travel often or so, or some people build it just to rent it out. You know, so I really want to understand, like, is this profitable?
It
depends. Because we can think about it business-wise and say, is this profitable? But if you think about how it affects you family-wise as well.
It depends on how attached you are to Africa. There's some people that live here, but they just live here for the sake of living here. Some people, their full mind is in Africa. They think, okay, I'll come here and make a little money I can make. Or when I get back home, you know, I'm a big man, you know.
But you know how this is funny? Like, some people might look at both of us now and say, you know what, these guys are lost. They're Europeans. You know, they're condemning Africa. Or the way they're talking or they're speaking is about condemning Africa, about stuff like that. But no, that's not.
No, I go Africa a lot. Believe me, Africa. Believe me, I love to own a little house myself in Nigeria. And I would love to, like, my image is me retiring in Nigeria for some reason.
So, you know, that's what you would say.
Yeah, and my image is, you know, me having my little, you know, because the weather is lovely, and you know, I was raised a bit there, so I loved Nigeria. But realistically, it makes more sense for me to invest here.
And that's more reason, like I said, like, people might think we're people that are lost, but we're having this conversation here simply because we want to talk about issues in reality and the things that actually affect people mentally. Like these things. What we're talking about here, we know majority of people that have done this investment, they may not be coming out to talk about this, but many people.
Some people do succeed.
Yes, trust me, people do succeed. We're not saying people fail here or anything here, but the ones that don't succeed, they don't share their stories. They don't talk about this so that they teach other people not to fall into the same trap or the same trick or anything like that. But when we talk about mental health or mental illness or stuff like that, you know, our cultural tactics or things that we think in our head or the way we do things or we follow each other and do stuff, you know, my friend have this, I have to have this or do this and that. It affects a way of life. It affects your future. It affects, you know, maybe people you're actually going to bring into this world as well, your children. So the reason why we're having this topic and this conversation here is if you're someone that is, you know, planning on having a family in Ireland, think twice before you're investing back home. First of all, what is success to you in Ireland? What is your reason for coming to Ireland? Are you just here to come take the taxpayers' money or just make some money and disappear back there? I don't know.
The thing is, though, a lot of people will disagree with you and say, oh, but you're Nigerian.
I know.
You're Nigeria, don't forget.
I'm
Nigeria.
best of both worlds.
And Nigeria is a lovely place because every time I go there, I enjoy myself and I love it. I would love to live there.
Remember in the last episode where we discussed about this?
Yes, I would love to live there. I've been here more than I've been in Nigeria. All I know is Ireland, you know. So what my way of thinking now is when I'm
lost in Nigeria, my friend.
I won't be lost. I'm here, I'm Irish. When I'm there, I'm Nigerian. I don't bring my Nigerian mentality over here and start thinking, oh, you know, this is the way it is. No, I know I'm in Ireland. You understand? I really, really, really think if you have the opportunity to invest here, I think the best
would
thing
make
is
more
to
sense.
do is to invest here. Then if you
Because
invest
you're close to your investment, you're there.
if you invest here, then any profits you make on that investment, then maybe you can start thinking of whatever you want to do
With that money.
Because I've known a lot of people that take all the little money they have, they go to Nigeria and it'll fail and they'll hate Nigeria and they'll think Nigeria is such a bad place. No, it's not. It's because maybe you just make the wrong move at the wrong time.
Investment as well, yeah.
At the wrong time. It could even be timing. It could even be, you went at the wrong time. I've known a lot of people that succeeded. So the main question we said is, what is success to Black? I would love to like to know. There's a lot of Nigerian doctors out there. There's lawyers, there's people that work in normal jobs, sales, whatever it is. But what is success to you? Is it owning a house here that you can live in with your family, or is it owning multiple houses that you can even maybe rent one house out here and make money from that? Or is it your dream is to own a business? Even if you're a DJ, is it your dream to own your own nightclub? Or is it your dream to own your own? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
No. It's good if you can dream big,
what is success to? What are we trying to, achieve?
Can I maybe divert this topic into the odds, or maybe what I believe we've seen or experienced so far? Just an opinion. On the same topic and the same, I'm saying I'm diverting it, but it's still on the same subject, basically.
I would always love.
What have we seen so far as to Black people in Ireland that we believe that they think it's success? And in fact, we're like, I think we should be doing more or better than this.
To me right now, what I see mostly by people with success is who's more popular on social media. And
I think you've answered my question.
There's a Mercedes gang, there's people that the car you drive matters, first of all.
Okay.
The clothes you wear, first of all. The people you know, first of all, matters.
You see, Irish people, the thing about us is we're very loud.
Yes.
If you really want to understand Black people, our first nickname is loudness. We want, and when I say loudness, it's loudness in every possible way. It's not about, when you see some Africans sometimes maybe having a conversation on the street and you see them maybe roaring and shouting at each other, they maybe just be having a conversation, but that's how we're loud. But then when we talk about another aspect of loudness, it could be success, it could be people that are not even success, but they, like fake it until you make it kind of success. And then, you see like with our clothes, we're loud, with big chains, with everything, parties, we're loud, you're
amazing people.
We're amazing. We're amazing. But I think we can be intimidating sometimes with this loudness.
And we're proud.
And we may not mean it.
Proudness is one thing I got into very recently, because I know we have culture and all that, like I was saying. We're so proud. And I was actually speaking to one of my Irish friends, and he actually said to me, "What are you guys proud about? Please tell me. Like, did your ancestors invest ships? Did your ancestors invest the first gun? What are you proud about?" And I'm like, my village, my king, my ancestors were kings of. It was like, your ancestors were king of villages. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's trying to bring us down, but it's actually right. We do have culture, but our culture has been taken from us like that. We were colonized. We were colonized. We're going to a different topic now. We're colonized.
No, let's not change the topic.
So proudness is part of, what is success? Is it about the money you have? To me, I think it's what you live for your children also.
Also, yeah.
It's
you have to work hard for your children.
Yes. To me, success is what I live to my children. I love the whole idea of the Irish. How they don't even mind paying the mortgage all their life, but they leave their house to their children. They own something from their children. Like my parents' house in Nigeria now, I don't really care about the house, to be honest with you. Because
I get what you mean,
because that's his success. That's what he wanted to do. That's not my success. I can't be telling my children, go and take your grandfather's house.
I know.
Do you understand?
And the stories about families fighting over houses and stuff.
Exactly.
Like that. So
exactly.
it's not something.
So I think you're better off investing here, because if you invest here, even if it's a mortgage you have, and you pay your mortgage, and your house is yours, your children will benefit from that. Even if your children don't live in it, the rent they'll be collecting between them could help. your grandchildren through school or whatever it is. But if you have in Nigeria, think twice. Unless you want to move yourself there, move everybody there, fine. But think about it twice.
True. So when we talk about going off chapter to talk about what we've seen or experienced with Black people in Ireland, thinking, oh yeah, I'm successful. Apart from driving Mercedes and all this,
Because I always try and look at it the way UK came up. Because that's the only example you can use. Because there's so many Black people in the UK, and UK has kind of proven themselves, with Black businesses and, a lot of rich Black people.
Working hard and doing
I'm working hard. So that's the only way I can look at it. If a lot of people came together in the UK for UK to be like that, people had to work together and help each other out, because it was very difficult. There were so many competitions, more competition in the UK.
I'm sure there's still competitions in the UK.
That is here.
But I want us to focus on Ireland. And what I meant by that is that, yes, when we're talking about, I want us to divert from this, is what is success to Black people in Ireland? In fact, what we've experienced, I haven't, in my own opinion now, let me start this off so you know where I'm going with this. In my experience, I haven't seen much of success within the Black community of all nationalities in Ireland.
It's simple.
I know we have doctors and lawyers and all this and all that, when we talk about businesses or maybe Black people actually getting involved.
Some will say that's a success. Some will say a lawyer is a success.
Okay, yeah.
But I know what you mean. We don't have like someone that owns a big business. I'm talking a massive business. Like
that's now you know where I'm going.
Someone that owns,
because all we have so far is, for example, I am this DJ, I play for this TV station or radio station or so, and you just hold on to this badge and maybe not go beyond.
Yes.
Yes. There's more special things that you can do rather than just being a DJ in Ireland or something like that.
People that
you can go around the world and do more than just being a DJ.
Like, it's simple.
And that's just one example.
Name me one Nigerian successful businessman in Ireland that actually owns a business here.
Okay, now let me tell you. This is why I say it's good to go back into this now. Name you one. There's never been a Nigerian man in Ireland that own any nightclub, and everyone have always been blaming that it's harder to get a license or this or that, and
there was
everyone the one
that was a long time
we will go back into
that
it.
Was a long time ago.
Okay, you'll probably talk about that now. We'll go back into that now. Yeah, but what I'm talking about now, what I've seen so far is people have always never wanted to do things in the right way.
Yes. That's what happened to him actually.
There's a law.
Yeah, that's what happened to him.
Something in place and you expect to get a license. But I've seen Nigerians or Africans trying to own a pub or a nightclub, but not having a license or not doing it the right way, not having the proper, security or stuff or everything that you are supposed to go through. So we always like to go through the back door. So the type of businesses we are always thinking of is a short-term thing. Maybe cheating the system or trying to get a business done that, okay, if I make my money within a year or two, I'm happy with that. So we settle for less.
I mean, I know I shouldn't be talking like this because I don't want to be.
I want us to change. I want this to get better.
I know.
So we have to talk about this topic.
I know I don't know the multi.
We don't have to name names, but there are issues.
It's just weird how we don't have one person here. I know there's African shops and people that own that, whatever. Yeah.
That's because food is a necessary thing. So there's some people that know that there's a market for food.
I'm talking of a tech business or
Now you're talking.
A big, not too big, even if it's a couple of million, even if it's a financial institute. I know there was a couple of lawyers that came together a while back that started a law firm, but I don't know, if that's still going on,
Okay, and if there are businesses out there or Black people that are trying to make things happen, and then I know everything we're talking about now, sometimes you might say it's easier said than done and stuff like that. How have you tried? What difficulties did you face?
What's the obstacles?
Yes. Come, let's discuss this because this show is all about working together, getting the Irish to understand us so we can all come together and work. No, some people will blame it on racism. Some people will play the black card race thing.
It's mostly money. I say it's mostly money. It could be
maybe they want something for free, trying to get money from, or maybe trying to get the person renting the premises to give it for
really
some cost or something.
Really,
I don't know.
But really, if we
agree sometimes, you know.
But really, if we look at it though, we're still a bit new in this country. If we think about it, like 20 years.
Come on, stop that. 20 years is a long time.
I know it's a long time,
on,
but some people will say, you know, we're still a bit, you know, young in this country. It's gonna take time before.
Do you know how much you've changed in 20 years?
I understand, but some people will think that.
Oh my God.
Some people would think that. They'll say, look how long it took America. Look how long it took the UK. Look how long it took. You understand what I'm trying to say? You know, they will say.
I do, but I just don't agree with you.
It's always money. I think it's money anyway. A lot of people will come here and say, oh, money or whatever. But if you think the money is there and there's other obstacles, maybe it's racism, or you think, oh, what's the point?
Let's talk about it.
And you think, what's the point? I'm going to go back home anyway. Or do you think, oh, it's not profitable, my black people are not supporting me? So let us know anyway. You know, it's.
I think it will be a discussion that we would like to go into in more details, and maybe even invite more people on board to share their experiences or their thoughts on these issues. And you can even share your experiences and your thoughts as well in the comments below. And, you know, let us know what you think about this topic, you know, because we all want change. That's why we're discussing this.
Thing. I do notice though, there's a few entrepreneurs, you know, like that culture, that the people that make the clothes, the surfing culture, they opened a shop there in town, and I look at the business. I think, yeah, that's a good idea. I forgot his name. Sorry, his name is not.
Taller Vintage.
Yes.
Now,
you know, I
love his old business idea and everything, because
yes.
now this is what we're talking about. We're discussing here.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
A little young man doing business in Ireland, something to do with fashion and clothes. You know, he grew up here. I know him not very well, but I know him a little bit. You know, he grew up in Ireland. Yeah. You're going to do a business. He has an Irish girlfriend. Him and his girlfriend, they work so hard, sleeplessly, you know, to bring this up. And this market is for everyone. They bought a business into the community, knowing that, you know what, this thing is something that is needed, you know, and we want to sell this fashion in this way to an Irish community. And they build.
I like the way he blended it with a mixture of African and a bit of Irish into it as well. I like that.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of fashionistas like this, you know, within the African community that only does stuff for Africans. Now, before this interview today, you asked me you were curious about how many blacks are in Ireland. What is our population actually in Ireland? And I told you I don't know, but
your choice is all up to you. Too many things, don't know what to do. Speak your mind and you won't get judged. If it kicks off, you won't hold no grudges. What? Come online. CSI. Come online. CSI. Yeah, your choice is all up to you.
All right, we're just back after a little break, and we're sorry about earlier. We just had to take a quick break when my friend got an important phone call. So we're just going to continue right here.
Yes.
Where did we stop earlier? I think we might just have to end up.
We're just going to round up the success, you know, part we're talking
part of
about.
this series.
Yes. What is success? Like, to me, I believe, okay, success to me is being comfortable within my 40s and my 60s to be able to retire successfully. And to me, recently, what I've come up with is I've been looking at anything over 50,000 a year for me to be comfortable. Because anything less than that in my 40s and 50s is going to be a very, very tough job that I'll be stressing.
I like the way you're just talking about money and just going straight into money.
Yes, it's the fact. It's the point that you have to be comfortable. Well, you know, when you're older, when you have to be comfortable, you have to be able to afford a mortgage. You have to be able to, you know, pay the mortgage and being able to leave it to your kids. That's what mostly Irish people like to do. They like to work hard, own their house, leave their house to their kids, you know, renovate it if they want, you know, make it cost a bit more, you know, do the kitchen up, do the back garden, you know, put more money onto the property, you know, invest in the property and leave it to their children, you know. I believe wage matters a lot.
It doesn't.
Anything.
But for wage though, you have to work hard.
You have to be professional.
I like the way you just mentioned money, because for me, success is not money to me. I don't know. For many people, success is money. But for me, success is happiness. Happiness. And happiness means so many things to different people right here or right now. I've been happy for some time. I've not been happy for some time. But the way I can look at happiness now is basically living comfortable when I get to my 40s as well, like you said, or when I get to my 50s. And yes, everything will still fall back to money for it. But for me, I wouldn't think of success with money, attaching money to it first. But I know in my own mind to be successful, money may be part of it. And I know one thing in my mind is that I must work hard to get there, and you've known me for how many years now or so, I've always worked hard, but before we're sitting here today, I'm not someone coming up here to say I'm perfect or I'm this good guy or this, I've always worked hard, but I'm someone that I feel like now I've wasted the last 10 years of my life partying and doing shit, and this is why we're here today, because I don't want somebody else to live that experience, to go through what I went through or make the same mistakes.
Yes.
But I'm very confident right now that I can change the path.
I put my shoe in I put my foot.
I can change my path.
I put my foot in a shoe of, let's say you're 22 and you're in college right now.
Yeah.
And let's say you're studying engineering. Okay. And you think, okay, when I finish my engineering, I want to work for a big engineering firm. Okay. But in 5 years' time, I want to be at least one of the, executives or managing directors, or even if it's like a little supervisor or whatever in it. Okay, and build yourself up and build yourself up to 50,000, by the time you're 40. And you're building yourself up. Don't forget, you'll be able to get a mortgage because you have a very good job, stable job. You're earning enough, and you're a professional,
of course.
And through there, you going up in work, you will be happy. Because
of course,
you'll be happy, comfortable in doing what you're doing, and you're earning enough money showing what you're doing. So at the end of the day, if you don't have money in your 40s, you're not gonna be happy.
True.
You're not. You might say it's not about money, but I understand. Maybe you believe working for yourself, not working for someone in your 40s or 50s. You're not thinking of salaries because you want to be working for yourself and making your own money. That's a different story. But some people are here working for companies. And they have to retire with that company. They have their own investment in the money.
But this is a path everyone chooses in life. You have to be comfortable and happy with whatever you have.
Have to be,
because if you're not, when you're looking at other people's success, you will never be happy.
Never.
When you're looking at how other people are happy, or how other people are making it, maybe because you're working in a 40,000 euro per year company, and you can only afford a car that's only worth 5,000 euro. And you're seeing your friend driving a 40,000 euro car, the money that you're earning in a year, your friend is driving that car. If you keep jealous and you keep looking at your friend and not staying in your own lane, you will never be happy.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go on.
What would you say to a 17-year-old that wants to be a DJ? That wants to be a full-time professional DJ? That wants to think about leaving school and just focusing on being a DJ?
What would I say?
What would you say to
I think that's very simple. Focus. And
on
just
being a DJ?
Not really being a DJ, but if that is your number one goal, focus on it and just keep trying and working hard and focus and just do everything.
And not pursue maybe an education somewhere on the side?
No, you never mentioned education there. It was one question you asked.
This is part of it. You said he wants to, that's why I said
you said a 17-year-old. So a 17, you didn't say a 17-year dropout.
That's what I'm saying to you. I'm saying he wants to quit school.
Okay, he wants
to quit school.
To focus
on a DJ career. He wants to be a full-time DJ. He doesn't want to go to college anymore. He wants to focus on his DJ career. What would you say to that guy?
You won't believe me, but I would tell him to quit. I would tell him to quit school and focus on that DJ thing.
Why is that?
Because
when he turns 40,
let me tell you one thing.
When he turns 40,
you said 17.
Yes.
You said 17, and this is what matters. And I think this is a valuable advice to every 17 or 18 years old out there. You know, it might work differently for everyone, or so to speak. Like myself, I don't have a degree or anything, but I would tell you, I'm a kind of guy that I can compete. I don't like competition, but I can compete to work or to get anything someone that has a degree has, or do better than them. So if I have that mindset, because I know one thing, there's nothing I can't do. bring the challenge on. I just don't, I just have that mindset. So, and I hated education. I hated school. All I have is a diploma. I hate it, and I never think, and I know I will be successful in life, and I will work towards it. So if a 17 years old, at that age, trust me, that is the very early stage of their life, you know. And at 17, you're chasing a career, and you're focusing on that career. You see, at 17, for me, if I had focused on building a cars or doing cars or doing that, everything, my dream, you know, was to work in a car factory or build a car somehow. And you see what I've done with cars yourself. You know, growing up, you know, painting many doors. You know, let's just leave that aside for another story. You know, so a 17-year-old focus on being a DJ, do this and practice this for 5 years till he's 23. By the time he's 23, between 23 and 25, trust me, he may not make it for 5 years or 7 years or 3 years, between 5 to 7 years.
Can I just say something?
Trust me, he will get.
Can I say something to you though?
Yeah,
but it's 17, right? I would say to him, yes, if you want to be a DJ, fine. But you have to choose something else that you're going to study as an education. Pick a topic. If you're an engineer, carpenter, if you want to be a financial advisor, salesperson, whatever.
So why are you contradicting yourself? You say somebody that wants to leave education.
Yes.
So
that's what I'm saying. I will advise him not to leave education. I will advise him to at least do his degrees and get something as a backup. Because in your 40s,
let me tell you why.
In your 40s, are you going to be DJing?
I love how you said this now, you see.
Yes.
Let me tell you why. No, I don't agree with that, you know, and I hope people don't, I don't know, let me put it this way, I don't agree with that, you see. Sometimes people have different ways of learning, and I'm a living witness to this because I can't learn in college. I don't know why, I'm sorry to say, I actually can't learn in college. I cannot focus in a lecture room for up to an hour. My focus would only be there for maybe half of the time, 30 minutes of the time. I can't focus. But I'm this kind of person. I learn in a different way. My learning, you know, I like to practice and I like practical. That's the way I learn. But listening to other people, I just don't know. So if you're advising me now, not you now. Let me now say, my father, my mother. I want to talk about my experience a little bit here to what you're saying.
Yes.
My family or friends, BJ, you have to finish education with my parents first. First, you know, you have to do this, you have to have a degree, you have to have that. And I didn't want to do that. I was already in love with money because I was already working full time in banks and stuff like that already. And I was like, I'm not going to finish this thing but for me to make them happy, Blake, I've went to college twice in like between the space of 4 years, and I only do 1 year, I quit. I wasted money. I pay maybe nearly $4,000 for college fees or $3,000 for college fees and stuff like that, just to try and make them happy. And then I go there, I fail. I can't concentrate. I can't do everything. And yes, that happened twice. And I know just college is not my way. And I would have friends as well telling me, BJ, wow, you're so good with this building the cars, you know, doing this pimp my ride things, you know. I have worked on over maybe 400 or 500 cars. With friends, I made so much money back growing up. You know this.
I know, yes.
You know this.
Yes.
And people were telling me, why don't you go to college for this? You should be an engineer, you should be this. And I'm like, I tell people my story, how I had this talent. Only when I was young, when my parents used to buy me toys, I used to open them the next day. And my parents used to beat me up thinking that was a Christmas gift the next day. But they never understood the reason behind it. I used to build rotor motors, with rotors when I was young with cars. All these things, you know.
So you should have focused on that.
But I didn't have a good role model. You know, I didn't have good people to actually give me advice on the things that we're doing now to try and give our younger people hope, to be a role model to the people coming up now and growing up. Because the money I made, what did I do with it? Party and bullshit.
Yes.
Party and bullshit. I was one of those loud black people. Yes. I wore big chains and baggies.
Yes.
Oh my God. Shame on me. But that's life, man. That is life. And I'm hoping also, you don't end up doing the same thing.
This also falls under all the fashionistas and makeup artists You know, because I think because a lot of people are using that as a career now. You know.
Before we go into that, actually,
Yes.
I'd like to touch base on that topic.
Yes.
But before we go into that,
Yes.
you were saying, okay, what do you think now of what I've just said about education? Because you are saying, you think the guy should do the education and stuff.
I understand what you mean, but there's always a topic out there that you can find that you can really enjoy, that you can actually study. Because idea is, reason why I'm saying this is because I believe you should always have a backup. Do you understand?
100%.
Because DJing is something I see like in your 40s. Will you be in the nightclubs on a Saturday in your 40s? You know?
No.
DJing and...
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. They can be 55, 56 and still DJing as long as you know your trade. I don't see any issue with that.
I don't know.
Man. No, I don't see any issue with that.
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know.
No, I don't see any issue with that. That's your career. Something you've been doing for 20 years, 40 years, and you know how to, you understand the market.
If I was a DJ,
know how to make your money.
If I was a DJ,
you know, some people are going to say you're 18 right now.
If I was a DJ, by the time I turn 45, 50 even, I say the most, I'll find another young boy that wants to DJ, and I'll bring him in and teach him and set him the way. And if I was DJing in a club, I'll put him through the club, he'll be DJing. And I'll find something, you know, that will fulfill something else that I want to do, because I don't know. Because me starting there in my 50s, you know, playing 50 Cent, it's your birthday. you know what I'm trying to say, BJ?
Yeah, but we can't derogate anyone's career.
I'm not.
I'm
not. That's what I'm saying. Is being a DJ a career?
It is for some people.
Is being a makeup artist a career? Is being
no. We will get into that. We will get into the makeup artists or fashionistas or being these fitness instructors and all that now, because everybody want to be a wannabe stuff like. We will get into that, you know. But this
does
education thing, we have to.
This does fall under success as well.
It does indeed, yes. Of course, it does indeed. Yeah. We will talk about success
because a lot of young boys now think they can succeed through social media. You know.
That's a true fact that you can.
Yeah, it's true, but not everybody.
Yeah, I know, but you have to try it though.
Yeah, of course, but not everybody. That's
people
what I'm
just
saying.
don't know how to try it.
Exactly.
Some people,
not everybody, and it takes a lot of investment as well, which some people don't know. Fine, but I'm trying to say is, what happened to the normal careers people used to have? Okay, you're a lawyer, an engineer, a doctor. Because back in the days now, 30 years ago, there was no fashionistas. There was a few, but they're not sitting on Instagram all day and taking pictures and influencers, makeup artists and all that.
Very true. I want to close this off first of all before we talk about this fashionista, because I have a point to make about that.
Yes.
My experience, okay, when I was talking about the education part to add to when you say yes, the person must have at least, apart from trying to be a DJ at the age of 17, that they must have some sort of education, that they have to maybe try and study something. But you didn't specify how to learn that, and I would try to add a little bit of advice on that. How, I said I couldn't focus in college and I can't do physical learning in college or university. I just hate university. It's just impossible for me to sit with everyone and just try to learn.
They have that problem.
So
it's true.
When you were saying maybe they should have education, so my advice to youth is they may be going through mental illness or mental issue or any sort of issue, so that I don't know what to call it, that they're not able to concentrate in college or do anything. You see, like I said, I can't concentrate, but I do a lot of my learning online. I do a lot of my learning. Believe it or not, I do online courses. I said I can't concentrate. Let me put it this way. You see, when you go to college, you're being taught a process in college, okay? And when a lecturer is speaking to you, you may only hear that topic or that subject or that whatever they're teaching you once, and you have to grasp it once. So once you miss that moment, like I said, I concentrate for half an hour within 1 hour period. I've missed half an hour. If I have to go back to that lecturer every day, I missed this, and I do that every day, he'll tell me to fuck off. Are you just daft or you're a bad learner or stuff like this? But when you register for an online course and you pay for an online course, you own this for life. So basically, I can always log in and go back to that course and we learn anything I forget.
That's what I mean.
You see, my brain, I'm not saying I'm that smart guy that, I hear this. I practice a lot.
Yes.
Everything I can do today is actually by studying online. honestly, you won't believe it. You know,
That's what I mean.
apart from
That's what I'm trying to say as
building
well.
cars,
That's
that
what
was
I'm trying to say
natural.
as well.
You know,
like there's a way. There's always something you will find.
Yeah, that's why I just wanted to add that part to it,
There's always
because
something.
people watching,
I know it's
they
not
want
easy.
to learn.
I know
ways.
it's not easy for some people to learn. I know it's hard. You know, studying is it takes a lot of focus, and some people even have autism and stuff like that, and they can't really study. But there's always something you can find. You know, that I'm not saying being a fashionista is a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying being a makeup artist is a bad thing, but something that you could actually learn, like an education. You know, that you will enjoy. Even if it's history, you know, even if it's history and you like, you know, history, you can find a job maybe luckily in a museum or whatever, or you know, if you know what I'm trying to say.
I know, indeed, I know.
You know, it's just that some people focus too much on certain things, like all these fashionistas and all this.
Now we can go into that now. Yes.
You know,
I'm a fitness instructor.
How long are you going to be doing that? You're going to be doing that in your 40s and 50s.
It's not even like.
Are you gonna? Is that something you say that's a career for life? Like, you know what I'm trying to say.
I do understand you to some extent.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a career. Actually, let's not dispute the fact that this is a career, and it is.
Is it a hobby or is it a career?
Now, what are we talking about here? We're talking about people that doing this for hobby.
Yes.
One, we're talking about people that are doing this as a part-time career. Two, and we're talking about, most importantly, people that are doing it just to paste on social media that this is what I am. But in reality, that's not who they are.
Yes.
Or in reality, they're not actually working hard to actually make that dream happen.
Yes.
But everyone just want to have that badge and paint myself with something. I'm a makeup artist. Once they make up their sisters and their friends around and they put that picture up, just put up a page or create a business page and say, you know, I'm the founder of so-and-so makeup foundation. I'm the founder of this foundation. Just to make yourself feel good mentally.
Yes.
Or, these are the type of people I hope this can help. In a way that, who are you deceiving? Who exactly are you deceiving?
It's a trend.
Because it is a trend.
It's a trend.
But at the end of the day, when you are alone, how does this affect you?
There's a lot of catfishing going on.
And I do believe there's some people that actually believe a life of a lie. And you live a life of a lie.
Whoever came up with filter,
oh my God,
just ruined everything for everybody.
Yeah, everything real.
Everything real.
Humanity
just became. I never knew about catfishing until recently, when I see a picture of someone on Instagram and they walk into where I work, and I'm like, is this you? Like, I'm like, is this the same person I just saw? What's going on with you live? You look different. So all this now is a trend. You see everybody, you have to have an Instagram page now.
And guess what?
Yeah.
There's a topic that we're going to be discussing in a couple of weeks. And there's some females coming on board actually that will be there. And I'm hoping that everything will be back to normal by then. And we would actually be having a roundtable discussion.
Yes.
And this topic is actually
it'd be good to have their own
this
opinion.
topic, obviously, this is more about ladies actually. I think we may only have maybe 2 or 3 men there, and we'll have about maybe 6 or 7 ladies. Oh my God, there might be war. So please watch out for this. And let me tell you, let me hint everyone what this topic is about. It is about plastic surgery.
The
fake boobs and ass and duck lips and nose and and all that. So
that is going to be very interesting
and controversial.
It's the Kardashians.
I'm sorry, yeah.
The Kardashians.
But we need to talk about issues, and like you said,
there's so much to talk about. Like we said,
filter stuff.
Yes. There's so much. It's
because they're suffering as well. It's not about what they're showing or how they are.
Don't get me wrong. It does make people feel good every day. A lot of people.
It does. Yes. And I want to understand that part. That's the part. Why do some people do it?
Yes.
Why? Is it just for yourself, or you're doing it to satisfy a man? Are you doing it to make somebody else happy?
Is it low self-esteem?
Thank you. So that's many reasons why we have to talk about this. Because there are people out there seeking help, looking for help, but they have no idea where to go. So we have to have this discussion.
Honestly,
it is not an area for you and I believe, but I want
It's
to
more broad. It's
listen
more
to
broad
this from
subject.
women's point of view.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you all so much for coming on to the Rant episode series, Rant Headquarters in Ireland on CSI Network. You know, so thank you all for tuning in today.
Common society issues.
And let us know, leave your thoughts below in the comments. You know, let us know what you think about these topics. And if there is any topics as well you would like us to discuss as well, you can send us an email or leave in the comment section as well. Let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our pages as well on Facebook or on YouTube and our Instagram page as well. Please subscribe. Thank you all so much for today for watching. I am Blake.
And I am Blake. Thank you for watching.
Have a fantastic one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Come online, come online, CSI, CSI. Come online, come online.